Claudio is one of the simplest characters designed in Tekken, helping newcomers focus on learning the core game mechanics instead of wrestling with learning how to pilot the character. He's a character with very simple, straightforward, and most importantly, powerful, intuitive tools, with his combo routes also being very straightforward and don't require a ton of practice. He has some of the best tools to approach his opponents and a very simple and effective wall game. His main weakness lies in his low pokes. Because of his excellent choice of mid and high attacks, his lows are some of the weakest in the game, forcing opponents to crouch his highs instead of his lows. Additionally, because of his limited toolkit, his opponents have less to think about on defense, meaning Claudio players have to rely on fundamental conditioning and timing mix-ups to open up his opponents. He's also susceptible to sidestepping, but this is covered by his incredible homing moves. Claudio's hop kick is one of the best in the entire game. The range makes it consistent for whiff punishing and is more evasive than other hop kicks. This not only lets Claudio go over lows like other hop kicks, but also go under highs, with some extreme cases of going under mids. Like other hop kicks, it's unsafe, but try to always keep this in your back pocket for whiff punishing. Running 2 is a plus on block, low crushing, heat engaging high that deals chip damage on block. Tekken 8 has made running moves up close a lot easier, meaning this move can be done in point blank range with only a bit of practice, since characters now enter a running state when hitting forward 3 times regardless of distance. If you're getting forward 2, try to press 2 after hitting the third forward, instead of at the same time. If you're getting forward 2, you're pressing 2 too early. On hit, this move deals a huge chunk of damage and gives Claudio Starburst, indicated by the icon under his health bar. He also has a unique animation and voice line whenever he gains it. I'll talk about Starburst in more detail later on. On block, this move deals chip damage, especially impressive during heat, and gives Claudio a whopping +6. From here, he can go for safe pokes such as 1-2 or back 3 to force opponents to respect his frame advantage. Claudio lacks a traditional down forward 1, so his 13 frame mid consists of back 3 and down forward 4. Opponents that are mashing can be counter hit launched by down forward 2, but this is unsafe at -13. Once opponents freeze up, Claudio can loop this pressure with consecutive running 2s, all the while pushing opponents into the corner and dealing more chip damage. Half of Claudio's game plan can be thought of as either landing this move or forcing opponents to block this move. Thus, the rest of his kit is revolved around moves to check opponents trying to work around this single move. The first option to avoid running 2 is to crouch, to punish the high on whiff. To beat crouching, Claudio has forward 4. This move is only -1 on block and comes out from a dash, which makes it hard, if not impossible, to distinguish when Claudio is approaching, since they both come out from a dash. From here, Claudio can sidestep to bait whiffs, or continue pressure with faster moves to beat any slower retaliation. While it's less rewarding on hit, it's +5, so similar options as running 2 on block offers. On counter hit, Claudio has several follow-ups. Typically, it's best to do forward 2-2 for Starburst, and this deals the most amount of damage. Alternatively, 4-3 and down 1+2 can lead to a wall split to cash out on damage. Another solution to avoid running 2 is to sidestep. In fact, both forward 2 and forward 4 lose to a well-timed sidestep if they are used without delay. Back 1 also complements running 2. At 18 frame startup, this move has very good range, only -5 on block, and has quite a bit of pushback. Claudio also recovers reeling back, which makes this move hard to contest from mid-screen. While it doesn't have any additional properties on counter hit, landing this move successfully grants a knockdown mid-screen. But more importantly, at the wall, this leads to a wall splat, letting Claudio cash out on damage into more pressure on wake up. One of Claudio's only good lows is sidestep 4. While it's telegraphed by the sidestep and quite slow, it's his only plus on hit low, and only sits at -12. On counter hit, it gives him a guaranteed 3+4 or down back 1+2. This move shines especially at the wall, where he can force a mix-up between sidestep 4 and sidestep back 1. Claudio's down forward 3 series is also great at the wall. Down forward 3 by itself is safe at -7 and very quick at 14 frame startup. Down forward 3-1 on hit is also a wall splat, which catches people mashing or stepping after down forward 3. With lots of experience, down forward 3-1 can be hit confirmed on reaction, alleviating some of the potential risk of it being -12 on block. Down forward 3-2 is an alternate approach to this, with the second hit being a safe high at -2 on block and +4 on hit. Both the 1 and 2 follow-ups can be delayed as well, which makes down forward 3 by itself very tricky to deal with. With the use of his down forward 3 and sidestep mix, Claudio is very strong at the wall, especially after landing a combo that takes opponents to the corner. Starburst is Claudio's power-up mechanic, where he gets access to one-time use enhanced versions of certain moves. When Starburst is available, the Starburst icon under his health bar will glow, along with some visual changes to the character. When not active, this logo will be gray. One thing unanimous about obtaining Starburst is that the move has to hit, so no way of getting Starburst on block with the exception of Heat Burst. Claudio then not only gets Starburst for free, but also doesn't spend it when using enhanced moves either, instead using his heat meter until it runs out. For this reason, Claudio will get Starburst through block punishment, whiff punishment, or combos, which will be shown towards the end of the video. For now, just keep in mind running 2 gives Starburst. For the sake of simplicity, I'll only focus on one Starburst move. Down back 1+2 is a rather mediocre move without Starburst. On regular hit, this is a attackable knockdown and it's -12 on block. And on counter hit, it's a launcher. With or without Starburst, this is one of his better ways of hitting people lying down. With Starburst, however, this move becomes insane. It retains the counter hit launching properties on regular hit and it's only -2 on block. Coupled with the increased pushback on block and the built-in evasion, this move becomes incredibly abusable, especially during heat when it can be used back to back to beat out a lot of responses. And as if that wasn't enough, even though it may not catch sidewalking, it does catch sidestep left. This makes his running 2 mix scarier, especially right after a heat engager, where Claudio can choose to do running 2 for even more chip damage, or down back 1+2 against opponents trying to duck. Down back 4-3 is a low-high string that's 0 on hit, and launch punishable on block. It's yet another option to condition opponents to duck. Unlike running 2, however, this deals actual damage instead of chip damage, meaning opponents can't heal it back up. This move isn't spectacular, but you do have to use it occasionally. I'm not sure when to mention this, so I'll put it at the end here, but his Rage Art hitbox is really big. It hits in a giant circle around him, meaning it can catch people literally behind him. Not only that, but it also gives him Starburst at the end of the animation. And as far as I'm aware, the other characters with similar power-up mechanics do not get this benefit. This is probably an homage of how he was the only one that really had this kind of system in Tekken 7.